grab some friends, your best gear and all the guts you can muster, as this week we're heading to the distant world of Mazcab, home to one of RuneScape's most awaited updates, raids.
The world event is over now, and Virago's teleported into space on behalf of the Godless to knock out Tusker. She's crash landed in the desert, and one of the portals on her back has opened up, forming a portal to a planet called Mazcab. Long ago, Tusker visited this planet, destroyed its anima mundi, and drained its life force. Since then, the race called the Goebies have inhabited, and they're slowly helping their world recover, and so will the player in this update. It was their planet before it was ravaged, and they've had quite a struggle. They're quite a tragic little race. They sort of look like amphibious creatures. And they've got this really cool twist where they have rocks on their back, and the older they get, the bigger the rock gets, to the point where they're so old it eventually ends up crushing them. There's plenty for players to do on Mazcab. When they've arrived, they can obviously talk to the Goebies, introduce themselves, find out a bit more about their race. And there's loads of mini quests. You can do daily mini quests to gain Goebie reputation, which unlocks various perks and rewards on the surface world, as well as in the raid update. You've got a randomly generated forest, which includes randomly generated quests in there, things to explore, XP to gain, relics to find based on lore. You've got like a Goebie bands, sort of like a Warbands courier event that runs every 12 hours on Planet Goebie with safe PvP. And then of course you've got the main raids update, where there's 2 bosses, 10-man groups, plenty of awesome rewards to get, and lots of combat encounters to fight and test your skills against.
The first boss of raids is Beastmaster Durzag, who's like this giant air route enforcer. You have to go into a former shrine that's been turned into a prison holding Goebies and start a jailbreak. Lots of Goebies will run out, and then air route will come charging after them, which you have to hold off. And then Beastmaster jumps down and challenges players, and then chaos ensues. Going into the first boss, you should be ready to fight multiple enemies at once. Most of them are quite small, but you should have an extra tank at the ready to provoke if things get a bit hairy.
So after you've killed the Beastmaster, you'll be going up the mountains just outside the Beastmaster pit, and you'll be brought out where we're calling the Goebie Canal. Goebie Canal is a little puzzle environment. You'll be fighting some jellyfish, and they'll teach you some of the mechanics that you'll be seeing in the Yakamaru fight. After you finish the canal, you'll be jumping down into a water pipe, and that'll send everyone down onto the beach, and from the beach you'll be able to start the fight with Yakamaru, our huge water serpent. So with this boss we went for a slightly different approach. The Beastmaster is a mobile boss who'll be going around, he's got his dogs with him, whereas Yakamaru is he's confined to his pools, so we wanted to do something quite cool with the element of water here. He's got different pools around the beach, and he'll be jumping between different pools. Each pool will give you a different mechanic of the fight. Because he is stationary, you've got different things to be dealing with and different things to be worrying about than if the boss was wandering around like a more traditional boss.
The main rewards from raids include 5 new abilities. There's Corruption Shot and Corruption Blast, which are ranged and magic basics. We've got Shatter and Storm Shards, which is a fresh hold and a basic that tie into each other in a cool way. And we've got a new ultimate, Onslaught, which deals damage to enemies over time, and as it does so drains your adrenaline and your own life in order to deal damage.
So as well as the awesome abilities that we're bringing in with raids, we're also bringing in a set of tier 90 tank gear for all 3 styles. There's going to be 2 types of gear. There'll be the standard set and the superior set. The standard set you'll be able to get through a Korean raid currency, and the superior set will be rare drops from the bosses. You'll get a chance at raid currency and drops once every 48 hours.
There's no real requirements to take part in raids, as long as you can get to Planet Mazcab, and there's no real limitations. There is an upper group size of 10, but you can actually go in with less if you want to try taking on a more hardcore challenge. The future of this raid is very player dependent. We've actually got a larger story planned out with more bosses, and if players enjoy this raid and this story, we can easily extend it in a future batch.
Model Luna's back next week with the latest news from the world of Rune Labs.